Okay, hello year 3, how are you? Hope you're all doing well. Today we will be learning how to get the perimeter and the area of a square and a rectangle. Okay, so let's start with Ms. Fatima at Al Hassam International School. Okay, let me share with you my presentation now. Okay, here we go. This is how to get a perimeter and an area of a 2D shape. Now, before I start, let me tell you my objectives for today. So by the end of the session, you will be able to define the perimeter and the area of a 2D shape, work out the perimeter of a square and a rectangle, and work out the area of a square and a rectangle. Okay, now let's know what's meant by perimeter. So the perimeter is the sum of all sides of the 2D shape. The sum of all sides of the 2D shape. Here in our examples or in our lesson for today, we're going to be talking about the square and the rectangle. So it's the sum of all sides of the square or the sum of all sides of a rectangle. Think by your mind. Do you remember that the square had all its sides equal? Like this example, look here, this is a square having 3 centimeter length. 3, 3, 3, and 3. All of them are equal. And to get the perimeter, I can say 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 to get the perimeter. What did I do? I repeated my addition. Who can tell me? Repeated addition. Excellent. Yes, it's multiplication. So I multiply, okay, the 3 by how many times I repeated my addition? 4 times. So I'm going to multiply the 3 by 4 rather than add all the sides. Okay, so our rule for the perimeter of the square is the length of the square, okay, which is 3 in this example, multiplied by 4 to get the perimeter. So 3 multiplied by 4 equals 12. And this will be the perimeter of this square. So the perimeter of this square is 12 centimeters. Okay, now let's go to the rectangle. You see it has different sides. It has 2 sides 5 and 2 sides 3. It's not repeated. So what I'm going to do? 3 plus 5 plus 3 plus 5. I can say 3 plus 5 and I repeated what? Plus 3 plus 5. So I can write 3 plus 5 only one time and multiply it by 2 because I repeated by 2. So 3 plus 5 all. Okay, 3 plus 5 equals 8. Multiply by 2 equals 16. So the perimeter of this rectangle equals 16. Okay, the perimeter of this rectangle equals 16 centimeters. Okay, so the rule for a rectangle is the length, okay, which is the taller side, plus the width, which is the smaller or the shorter side, 5 plus 3, length plus width, then multiply the answer by 2 to get the other 2. Okay, so here we go. What's the rule now? As we said for the square, the perimeter of the square equals length of one side, okay, which was the 5, multiplied by 4. And the perimeter of a rectangle, which was 5 and 3, So 5 plus 3 multiplying by 2. Okay? Now, we have some squares and we need to know the perimeter of them all. Let's start by the first one. The side or the length of the side of this square equals 2 centimeters. So, do you remember the rule of the square? Excellent. 2 multiplied by 4. The length multiplied by 4. So 2 multiplied by 4, it will be equal to 8 centimeters. Next one. Same concept. The side, which is 7, multiplied by 4. So the perimeter will be 7 multiplied by 4 equals 28 centimeters. Next one, the side here equals 5. So 5 multiplied by 4. Excellent. It will be equals 20. And the last one here, the length equals 15. Okay, I want to tell you something. We can write the length on a square on only one side. And we, by default, know that all the sides of the square are equal because it's a square, okay? So we can write only on 2, on 3, on only 1. We know that the rest are the same length, okay? So 15 multiplied by 4, because it's the rule of the perimeter of the square, will be equals to 60 centimeters, okay? Now, let's go to the rectangle. Who can remember the rectangle? How can we get the perimeter of the rectangle? Excellent. The length plus the width, and then multiply the answer by 2. So 3 plus 2 equals 5, and then we multiply the answer by 2. So 5 multiplied by 2 will get you 10 centimeters. Okay? Now, next one. 6 and 8. So 6 plus 8 equals 14. Multiplied by 2 equals 28. Next, 4 and 6. It's a rectangle. So what we are going to do, 4 plus 6 equals 10. Multiply the answer by 2 will give you a 20. And the last one, 5 and 4. So add them, will get you a 9, and multiply the 9 by 2 will get you an 18 centimeter. That's how we calculate the perimeter of a square and a rectangle. Okay, you have to memorize and keep the rules so hard. Okay, now let's go to the area. What's meant by the area of a 2D shape? And in our case, in our lesson for today, we are talking about what? The square and the rectangle. So we're the same 2D shapes, okay? The area of a 2D shape is the amount of space inside a certain shape. So the perimeter was only the sides, the surrounding side, the length of the surrounding side. The area, the amount of space inside. Look in this part, the part I'm pointing to. This is the area, the white area in the inside. Okay? So what will be the area? It has a rule. Okay? For a square, it's the side multiplied by itself, or the side multiplied by another one. Let's keep the second one. You know why? It's because it goes for the both rectangle and square. The side multiplied by the other side. In the case of the square, both sides are equal. So we're going to multiply the side by itself. In this case, in this square, the 3 will be multiplied by the other side, which is the 3, and will give you a 9. And in the rectangle, we have a 5 and a 3. We're going to multiply them. 5 multiplied by 3 equals 15. But what about the unit? The unit will not be in centimeter. It will change because it's the area, and the area is the space inside the shape. When we divide this or split or cut this shape into square units, we need to know how many square units are there in this shape. This is the area. So it will be by the same unit squared. What's meant by square? We put a 2 over the unit. For example, here we have 3 centimeter. So it will be 9 because 3 multiplied by 3. And then the centimeter will be centimeter squared. Okay, here the 3 and the 5 will be 15, and the unit will be centimeter squared. Okay, so what's the rule? The area of the square, as we said, the length of the side by itself, multiplied by itself, okay, and the area of a rectangle equals the length multiply the width. Okay, now let's solve these. Let's get the area of the first one. 5, 5, 5, 5. Can only use 2. 5 multiplied by 5. And then what about the unit? It's squared. It's not a normal centimeter. Yes, so 5 multiplied by 5 will give you a 25 centimeter squared. Okay. Next one, 2 centimeters. So the area of the square equals 2 multiplied by 2 will be equal to 4 centimeter squared. Okay. So now let's solve these rectangles. Focus what is the shape you're dealing with. Either it's a square or the rectangle. Okay. Now, this is a rectangle, so we are multiplying these together. So the area of this rectangle is 3 multiplied by 2 will give you a 6 centimeter squared. Okay. Last one, the 4 and the 6. So the area of this rectangle equal 4 multiplied by 6, which will be 24 centimeter squared. To help you understand more, I'll let you watch this video with me, and that will be all for today. Let's watch this video.
It's the year 2060 and you're colonizing Mars. You're about to buy a plot of land, but you have a dog and you want to make sure he has enough space to run around. You also want to build a fence so he can't escape. So first you want to know how big the backyard is, and then you want to know how far it is around. To figure this out, you have to find
the area. That's the space inside. For a rectangle, its length and width are multiplied. And perimeter, the distance around a shape. Just add the sides together and then you'll be great with the area. That's the space inside. For a rectangle, its length and width are multiplied. And perimeter, the distance around a shape. Just add the sides together and then you'll be great. Yeah, here I am on Mars, trying to find out the size of my backyard. Well, it's a rectangle, right? So what if we cut it into squares of the same size that are 1 unit long by 1 unit wide? These are called square units. Add them all up, surprise! You got 72 square units, or feet, cause that's the unit we're using. But who has time to count squares? Length times width is the quickest way to get there. Yeah, that's how you find the area. A nice little formula that'll take care of you. And I need to hurry cause my dog is starving. Let's find the area so I can feed Marvin. My yard is 9 feet long by 8 feet wide. I get the area when I multiply each side. And 9 times 8 is 72. But here's another way for you to think it through. Basically, you take the rows, column, and figure how many square units fit inside of those. Yo, my backyard is wide, 8 feet. So that's 8 rows with 9 square units in each. So multiply the 8 rows by the 9 square units, you get 72. Yup, you knew it. The area, that's the space inside. For a rectangle, its length and width are multiplied. And perimeter, the distance around a shape. Just add the sides together and then you'll be great with the area. That's the space inside. For a rectangle, its length and width are multiplied. And perimeter, the distance around a shape. Just add the sides together and then you'll be great. Now I've got my area for my yard on Mars, and there's plenty of room for Marvin to live large. But now I need a fence, cause I heard the animals on Mars could be intense. So I'll need a perimeter, the distance around my whole yard. How do you get it? Yeah, just add up the length of the sides. 9 plus 8 plus 8 plus 9's a perimeter of 34 feet. And oh yeah, that's regular units and not units squared. So let's take a look from another angle. To get the perimeter of a square or rectangle, you add 2 widths plus 2 lengths. Here's a formula, don't forget to say thanks. 2 times length plus 2 times width to get a square or rectangle's perimeter quick. So let's try it with my Martian backyard. Come on, get ready y'all, it's not that hard. 2 times the length of 9 is 18, and 2 times the width of 8 is 16, and 16 plus 18 is 34. Now if I could stop Marvin from making a dirty floor. Come on, Marvin. Seriously.
Okay, so hope you enjoyed this cool video and cool song. And that's all for our session. Hope you enjoyed it and hope you understood how we work out the perimeter and the area of the square in the rectangle. And of course, you're not going anywhere before watching this video.
Nope. Yep. 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 Nope. Yep.
Okay, so that's all for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed it and have a nice day. Bye.